In continuation of last class, today topic discovery of proton. Cathode ray has shown that all the atom contain negatively charged particle is called electron. Atom is electrically neutral, so it must contain some positively charged particle to balance the negative charge of electron. So the continuation of this research, it has actually been found by experiment that all the atom contain positively charged particle called proton. Negatively charged particle इलेक्ट्रॉन है एंड पॉजिटिवली चार्ज पार्टिकल प्रोटॉन है. Proton in the atom was shown by E. Goldstein. The existence of protons in the atoms was shown by E. Goldstein. Goldstein passed electricity at high voltage through a gas at very low pressure taken in a discharge tube. Steam of heavy particle were given out by the anode. These stream of particle are called anode ray. Anode ray consists of positively charged particle, and that positively charged particle is known as proton. So when Goldstein passed electricity at high voltage through a gas at very low pressure taken in a discharge tube. Streams of heavy particle were given out by the anode. Anode means positively इलेक्ट्रोड, जो बैटरी के पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल से ऐड हो. These streams of particle are called, एनोड से निकल रहा था ना, सो उसको एनोड रे बोला गया. कैथोड से निकल रहा था तब कैथोड रे हो गया. एनोड से निकल रहा है सो एनोड रे हो गया. किसी भी सर्किट में कैथोड और एनोड, अगर बैटरी ऐड है, लगी है, सर्किट कंप्लीट हो रहा है, तो एक कैथोड होगा, एक एनोड होगा. जो कोई भी सेल देखो, बैटरी देखो, तो पॉजिटिव एंड नेगेटिव दो टर्मिनल होते हैं ना. सो जो बैटरी के नेगेटिव टर्मिनल से जुड़ा रहेगा, जो पार्ट होगा वो कैथोड होगा, जो पॉजिटिव से जुड़ा होगा वो एनोड होगा। एनोड rays consist of positively charged particles. The mass and charge of the anode ray particles depends on the nature of gas taken in discharge tube. Hydrogen is the lightest gas, so hydrogen atom is lightest atom. The positive particle obtained from hydrogen gas are the lightest and have the smallest charge. The anode ray obtained from the hydrogen gas made up of same type of positive charge. So the particle are called proton. So the anode rays obtained from hydrogen gas consists of प्रोटॉन, क्योंकि हाइड्रोजन में एक ही होता है, सो हाइड्रोजन गैस की जो एनोड रेज होती है उसी को प्रोटॉन्स बोलेंगे। वन पॉजिटिव चार्ज। A proton is formed by the removal of an electron from hydrogen atom. A proton is formed by the removal of an electron from a hydrogen atom. So hydrogen gas consists of hydrogen atom. When high electrical voltage is applied to the hydrogen gas, the electrical energy remove the electron from the hydrogen atom. After the removal of negatively charged electron from a hydrogen atom, a positively charged particle is called proton is formed. So these fast moving protons from the anode rays is known as proton. Characteristic of proton. So now proton के लिए proton, the proton is a positively charged particles found in the atoms of all the elements. The proton is a positively charged particle found in the atoms of all the elements. Now, characteristic of proton. Characteristics of proton. First characteristic, mass of proton. Mass of proton. The mass of proton is equal to the mass of hydrogen atom. Because the proton is actually hydrogen atom which has lost its electron. Since the mass of an electron is very small, so we can say the mass of proton is equal to the mass of hydrogen atom. The proton is actually a hydrogen atom which has lost its electron. The mass of electron is very small, very small. So we can say the mass of a proton is equal to the mass of a hydrogen atom. So the mass of hydrogen atom is 1 unit. Mass of hydrogen atom is 1 unit. The relative mass of proton is 1 unit. The relative mass of proton 1 unit. Okay, so the mass of proton which that of an electron, when the mass of proton is 1840 times that of an electron. 1840 टाइम्स होता है इलेक्ट्रॉन का मास ऑफ प्रोटॉन. मास ऑफ प्रोटॉन 1840 टाइम that of an electron, and charge of proton, charge of proton is opposite to electron. The charge of proton is equal and opposite to the charge of an electron. So absolute charge of proton is absolute charge of proton 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19, सेम एज प्रोटॉन और इलेक्ट्रॉन का दोनों होगा, बट चार्ज होगा वो अपोजिट हो जाएगा. प्रोटॉन में पॉजिटिव एंड इलेक्ट्रॉन में नेगेटिव. 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb of positive charge. Positive charge. The formation of cathode ray and anode ray on passing electricity through gas at very low pressure tells us the atom is not indivisible. It is made up of a smaller particle. Actually, the formation of cathode ray tell us that atom contain negatively charged particle, electron inside them, whereas the formation of anode ray tell us that atom contain positively charged particle, proton in them. So atom subparticle is proton and electron. The formation of cathode rays and anode rays on passing electricity through gases at very low pressure tell us that atom is not indivisible. It is made up of smaller particles. The formation of cathode ray tell us that atom contain negatively charged particle, electrons inside them, and whereas formation of anode ray tell us that atom, contain, positively charge, particles, protons in them. So all of you watch the video carefully and write down the important point in your copy. If you have any confusion, please send your message in your class group.